You're listening to the Live Free podcast. I'm your host, Christine, certified life coach, pain to power mentor, and creator of Embody You Mindset Mastery School. I'm here today to discuss living life after disease, disaster, or adversity, to discuss living life fully once again, a life of hope, peace, and resiliency, a life fully embodied. I utilize the lessons that I learned going through not one, but two primary cancers. I'm here today to guide you to the life of your dreams, turn your pain into power, and lead you back to yourself. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Live Free podcast. I am so grateful that you're here, and today I want to talk about a little bit of a heavier subject, which, if you've been listening to my podcasts, they're always a little bit on the heavier side. I love the deep dives. That's always where I'm headed. But yesterday, I had a meltdown. I missed a really important appointment, one that I've been looking forward to for a long time, to help me with some of the side effects that I have been experiencing as a result of some of the medications that I'm on in regards to my preventing cancer reoccurrence and those sorts of things. So I was so excited for this appointment. And because I've been pushing myself too hard, too often, too much, I was running late and I forgot that I had to put gas in my car. And lo and behold, I was so late for my doctor's appointment that they canceled it. So I sat in my car, as you do, and cried for a good 30 minutes about just everything, about how it, this last year has been, actually these last few years, when you focus on some of the things that have been a little bit more difficult, they amplify, right? So I was thinking about my cancer. I was thinking about my businesses that I've tried to do in the past that have failed. I was thinking about how my body has changed so much as a result of cancer, and that has been really, really hard on me, and all these things. And I was thinking about how lately it seems like every single thing that I touch turns to metaphorical shit. And we all go through this. We all go through transitional times where we feel like nothing's going right, no matter how hard we try. And then especially when you were in the place that I was in, which was, hungry, angry, lonely, tired, sad, upset, all of these things, they just amplify. And the reason I'm telling you this is to tell you a parallel. And what I mean by that is, in my car, with tears streaming down my face, I thought to myself, why did I choose to grow? Why did I choose in this life to connect to my higher self, to connect to my dharma, to my purpose, to understand the inner workings of myself, to become a life coach, to help people? Why did I do that? Why didn't I just do what a lot of people do, which is numb out, find a good old-fashioned Netflix binge watch, live my life, wait for the weekend, do all these things? Why did I want to connect to this person that I had always wanted to be? And why did I want to go deeper? Why did I want to be an entrepreneur? Because on the other side of that decision has been a shit ton of pain. I have gone through, the laundry list is long, of discomfort and fear and going through all of the skeletons in my closet and all the shadow work and all the things that most people never have to touch with a 10-foot pole because they choose it. They choose a life of ease. And I'll tell you why. When you choose to grow, you will inevitably feel pain. But if you choose not to grow and just numb out and live this life of ease, pain will inevitably come. Let me say that again. Pain will inevitably come. You will get to the point where that midlife crisis, the breakdown of that relationship, the nervous breakdown that you have when you're 50, it will come. Life is about the balance of the yin and the yang, the pain and the pleasure, the contrast. It is those things. So if you numb it and you avoid it, then trust me, friend, pain will come. And if you decide to grow, then trust me, friend, pain will come. Pain is inevitable. It is part of life. It is part of living a balanced life. And I know that seems like, if I were you, I'd probably turn this podcast off. Feel like, I don't want to listen to this bitch. I would run away. And I know that seems so incorrect and such bullshit. And you're so uncomfortable and upset. And I'm really sorry if there's kids in the car. I've realized how many swears that I've said. And most people listen to podcasts in cars, so I'll stop. Anyway, and all of these things, pain will inevitably come. And when you avoid it, it's more painful. When you expect it, it's possible to deal with. So which would you rather have? And I have not enjoyed these breakdowns, these meltdowns, these uncomfortable places and these new areas of my mind that I didn't know existed, dealing with these skeletons. I've not enjoyed it. It's not been fun. But I know it's for a greater good of a life that is filled with joy and ease. And I know that on the other side of all of this pain is such beauty. And that is the beauty of life. Lately, I've been working on a goal-setting course. Well, it's done now and available, just so you know, for $20.22. How cute. Now, if you aren't listening to this in real time, then the course has, of course, gone up because I've added more value and because it's no longer new. And my business is no longer new. But at this very moment, it is $20.22 because it is 2022. Well, not yet, but it's coming. And I thought that was so cute. But anyway, I digress. So coming back to this goal-setting course, what I've realized while creating this course is that an enormous amount of people that I know, they want all the things that I'm writing about in this goal-setting course. They want money. They want happiness. They want a good body. They want all the things that everybody wants. Good connection, love. They want all these things. But then if your next question is, great, you want to lose weight. Do you want to go to the gym on Thursday? Their answer is no. They say they want a good relationship. And I say, great, let's talk about that. Let's break this down. Let's do some coaching around this. And their answer is no. I just want to be mad at him. Right? We want all these things, and we definitely know what we don't want. But we do not choose to grow. And that's because we know on some level that there is pain on the other side of growth. And our subconscious and our ego, they don't want us to go through pain. So they tell us gently, kindly, no, don't do that. Run. Please run. Don't do that. It's going to hurt, and I don't want you to be hurt. So don't do it. And we, the obedient, we listen. And we continue to live in this sort of constructed, sort of happy, middle of the road sort of place. And for some, that's perfect. And they're happy there. And to them, I say cheers. Congratulations. That's beautiful. But if you want growth and if you want more in your life, you have to feel pain. You have to move into a place where you are uncomfortable. And I know that's in your face, and I get it, but you do. If you want real, true, and lasting change in your life, you are going to have to feel it. And it may be temporary, and it may be tiny, and it may be a minute of discomfort compared to a lifetime of mediocrity, right? So we sit here and we say, well, I don't want to feel that. That doesn't feel good. So we don't move towards it because I don't want to feel pain. But then you live in mediocrity for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If you're lucky, you've got 40 and 50 years. You've got this beautiful life. But it was in mediocrity, right? Just waiting for the weekend. And I'm not saying that working a 9-to-5 is a bad thing. I think that the generators of the world are so beautiful, and I'm so grateful for the 9-to-5s. And I think that it is noble to work 9-to-5. That's not what I'm saying. And I will not ever tote that, that the way is to be an entrepreneur. But what I'm saying is that if you are in unhappiness for 5 days a week, and then in this sort of survival for 2 days, and then back into your 5 days of unhappiness, you are not it. You are experiencing pain, right? So, it seems so simple when you say it, and it seems so plain. If you would like to live a good life, then intensify some of the pain that you feel by sometimes only percentages. I mean, your life may be unhappy enough that switching over doesn't even feel worse. If anything, it almost feels better because at least you're taking control of it all. So you're going to sink into a place of discomfort for a period of time. And it will be a literal blip. I mean, most of the people listening to this are women, and you've gone through childbirth. And that was a blip. When you look back at it, yeah, it was painful. You remember being terrible, but you don't necessarily remember every single part of it. And you could almost do it again. And for the men, I don't have an example, but you get what I'm saying. And what it comes right down to is that you have this beautiful baby afterwards, and this beautiful life, and this thing that you really wanted. We are masters of growth. Most of us, not all of us, but most of us, the ones that wanted to become parents, that was way bigger than changing a career or setting a goal to lose weight, or deciding that you'd like more abundance in your world. We choose heavy duty decisions. Wowza, that bring us a whole bunch of discomfort and pain. And yet then we don't think we're capable enough to make the decision to buy a car, to work towards buying this car that we really want. And I'm using smaller examples because because I'm coming up to New Year's, and a lot of people at this time are thinking about resolutions, and a lot of those resolutions are smaller, and they're usually very, very generic. As I said, the lose weight, find love, da 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 da. And all of these things are possible. That's the thing. If you just stop shying away, if you stop living in fear and start taking control and start saying, you know what, I deserve this. And yeah, I'm going to feel a little bit of discomfort. I'm going to feel a little bit of pain. And this is not going to be my safe, Netflixy life that I currently have. It is going to be expensive, and it is going to be work. But on the other side is such beauty, such beauty, and all the things that you ever wanted. And this is the subject matter that I talk a lot about in this course. And I expand on it quite a bit. So if this is of interest to you and within budget, I would highly recommend it. But what I'm saying is that if you want the things that you want, then allow yourself to have them. Move towards growth. I know it's so enjoyable to call up your friends and gripe. See, I was going to swear, but I didn't. Gripe about your husband. It makes you feel that kind of like that zest, that drama that we all love, so that we don't have to look at our own junk. And then you feel that drama, and you don't have to look at your own stuff. And then you move on to the next. You have a piece of happiness. But then it happens again. If you would have just instead turned towards the pain, turned towards the guilt that you felt that caused you to project outside of yourself and say that your husband is this big bad person, when instead you knew you had some involvement in it, but you didn't want to feel it. So you said that your husband is this, that, and the other thing, so that you didn't have to feel pain. If you would have instead turned towards that pain, you would have started to construct a healthier relationship. Lately, I feel like some of my podcasts seem like like I'm giving you heck or something. I'm talking from a place of love. I don't mean to sound like a lecture. I just know what I have learned and how important those lessons have been for myself. And when I was sitting in my car yesterday, crying my eyes out, wondering why I chose this path, I was reminded that the reason that I chose this path is because I want beauty. I want true happiness, true love, true abundance. And I'm willing to work for it. And it's front-loaded. Yeah, it's front-loaded for sure. But that's okay. On the other side of it is ease and joy. And that's what I want for you. So I hope that this has been illuminating for you, and that you are feeling good, and that you haven't turned this off because of either my swearing, my griping at you, or my telling you that life is about pain. I hope that instead you've been able to see the contrast, that how a life worth living is a life with contrast, where the downs make the ups that much better and that much more beautiful. All my love to you. I hope that if you're listening to this in real time, that you're having a beautiful Christmas season. And if you aren't, I hope you're having a beautiful year. Thank you so much for listening. If you found expansion with this last episode, then that means that others will too. And the best way to get the word out about the podcast is by leaving a review. I would be so grateful if you could leave me a review and let me know how you felt about the podcast. Included in the show notes will be everything that we talked about today, including all of my transformative programs. Change is just on the horizon, my friend.